Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all my wonderful and beautiful little subscribers out there. Abracadabra, I want to reach out and grab you. Okay, this is just a quickie now. Okay, my delicious little babies, and I really could not resist this one. Okay, my delicious little babies, I hope that you're all super duper well. As you could see, there's not a lot I could do about it, my delicious little babies, because my beautiful little Ruby Tuesday, you know, she does trample over everywhere, you know what I mean, the old rubles, you know what I mean. What do they call them? Rubles, rupees, one. You know what I mean, my delicious little babies, but we still got the AC there. We've still got my beautiful little tree on the stairs here. We've still got the fences, haven't we, my delicious little babies, Kai? So, therefore, we can still resist. Anyway, so what's the time, Mr. Wolf? So the time is now 5:20 in the afternoon in our old England, my delicious little babies, on the 9th of October, 2025. Keep an eye on the pegs. Okay, my delicious little babies. Now then, I just got something to tell you. And yeah, can you see how beautiful it's all been done? It may not look beautiful to you, my delicious little babies, but for myself, this is absolutely fabulous. What the dear gentleman, our beautiful dear little family have done for myself. The dear husband, look what he's done. He's made it into a real good square. You see what I mean, my delicious little babies, yes. We've still got little birdie house. Look at that. Do I need to go a bit closer? Yeah. There's plenty of food there. It may not look like it, my delicious little babies, but there's plenty of food. You know what I mean, my delicious little babies, yes. All around me. Okay, look at the chair. Now then, let's go on to the first one, shall we, my delicious little babies, okay? So this uploader happens to have 475,000 subscribers, my delicious little babies, you know what I mean? Okay, and the uploader is called Capital M7, okay, then a space, Crime Storyline, my delicious little babies. It's just over 20 minutes long, my delicious little babies. Look at that. Can you see how the fences are going a little bit green? You see, come next year, I'll do something else with it. But the thing is, for myself, I still want my narrowbird. You know, I want my narrowbird because I want to just live freely, my delicious little babies, you know what I mean? Not just have all the hustle and bustle, you know what I mean? I want to be able to do my tarot readings, my angelic healing, teach meditation. That's what I want to do, my delicious little babies, and I want to do it freely so that I'm not, you know what I mean, continuing in this chat. I'm living in a box. I'm living in a cardboard box. You see what I mean, my delicious babies? Yes. So anyway, my delicious babies, we shall get there. Okay, because I'm taking it step by step, brick by brick, stone by stone. Yeah. Don't give up. You gotta hold on to what you got. Woo, baby. Don't give up. You gotta keep on moving. Don't stop. I'm saying that to anybody out there, my delicious little babies, even in the alternative media, there we are, shoulders go up. That you know what? We are exposing, and I'm no journalist, I never want to be, you know what I mean? Who wants to go to, I'm going to do it now, it's all right, I'm trying to hold my flipping page at the same time, journalistic school. Who wants to do that? when you can just be, there we are, natural. You know what I mean? I could sing more songs, my delicious little babies, but I think I'm just going to leave it like that. See, with myself, you see, some gardens like to have lots of pretty things in it. You know, just seems so wonderful and delicious. For myself, no, because this does not feel like my home, okay? My home is on water, okay? It always has been. I come from a family, how I love them so. I love them to my heart, okay? I come from a family where, you know, they just love the sea. You know what I mean, my delicious babies, yes. So the fact of the matter is that when I have to live like this, I'm very thankful and grateful. But when I have to live like this, do I feel happy with all of this? No, I do not. I do my beautiful little tree on the stairs here, and before I go, whenever that will be, I have a feeling that I'm going to be asking somebody to come and help myself so that I can, I'm so sorry, my beautiful little tree on the stage, yeah, I'm going to need to cut you down, okay? Because I want you with myself, but I want her as, let's just say, so that I can keep her. It may not sound the most brilliant, but so that I can keep her as forever. So I'll still leave the tiny bit there, you know, at the bottom. You know what I mean? My delicious little babies. But I'll make sure that the rest of her comes with myself, you know, that she's cut up really beautifully so that I can put her on my beautiful little narrowbird. You know what I mean? And that she can be most welcomed and most decorative. My delicious little babies, okay? And I'll take my beautiful little Lacey with me as well out the park. That was there for many, many, many years, decades, my delicious little babies, okay? Which they both have. So, how I love you so, my beautiful little babies, anyway. But when we look at the table and chairs, my dear dad gave me these, you know. He gave me these because he lost his beautiful dear little wife. You know, I'm still waiting for the apparently they're back on strike again, you know, to get the bulky collection. He gave me these brand spanking new, and the barbecue, my delicious little babies, you know what I mean? I just let that rust a bit, you know, till it looks like copper. Anyway, my delicious little babies, and thing was because he lost his lovely dear wife now. Do you know what I mean? So he'd bought the table and chairs, he bought the barbecue, but very sadly could not share that together. Anyway, bless you, our dear little lovely. You see what I mean? So anyway, let me just proceed with what I'm saying, shall we? So yeah, so I've only got a couple today. Okay, this should have been really quick anyway. I'm going to make it as quick as possible. So the first one, M7 space, capital C, so capital M, then cram, space, storyline. And then it happens to have 475,000 subscribers, my delicious little babies. You're going to wonder why I'm saying this, but anyway, it's going to become most apparent. Anyway, let's just see where we go here. It's all right. It's rather cold out here. I'm feeling a bit cold right now, okay? And the video should read, woman captures her own final moments on video, yeah? Her name's Patricia, and his name is Carey, as in a capital C-A-R-E-Y, my delicious little baby's cat. And he's chasing her with a flipping shotgun. Check this out. Oh, look here. Here comes little Chin. Yeah, she comes from up the road, my delicious baby's our little baby. Look, she's come say hello. Okay, my delicious little babies. So what happens then? Wow, it all breaks loose. You know, she's running all over the road. At one point, she's actually laughing, you know, because her pot-bellied husband, okay, my delicious little babies, when you look at them, it seems at one point they do happen to love one another, but oh my life, you know, any man like that now then, okay, I would not want that as a husband. And I'm not being nasty, my delicious little babies, okay? In fact, I've never ever been out with anybody in my lifetime who's had a tummy like that. Mind you, there was one. He's a millionaire. Okay, my delicious little babies. Now, please do not get me wrong. I ate really good food, you know, and everything. Okay, my delicious little babies. Drank all the water, went to the gym, did everything. But let me tell you, I'm going to be honest. He could never look like that. Okay, my delicious little babies, you know, you have a bit of a tum, whatever you have, but not a tum like that, my delicious little babies. Okay, something far more going on there now then. So obviously his missus was putting up with it, wasn't she? My delicious little babies, do you see what I mean? Just like, I suppose, all over the world, apart from the few countries we know nothing about, where they stick to a healthy, let's just say protein, veggie diet, you know, fibre, with everything, you know, because they never seem to put on weight, you know, in a few countries that we know nothing about. And the reason why, look at this, little birdies. Okay, the reason why is because they're not suffering all of the fattening things that are put into foods, my delicious little babies, you know what I mean? Or to make ones do things that they would not otherwise do, just like your man there now. But he happens to mention vodka, and he wanted a cranberry juice with it, you know, when he was arrested. Anyway, my delicious little babies, well, the outcome is that very sadly he attacked his dear wife by shooting her straight point blank in the head, and then shooting 2 tyres of a Tesla. Look at that, my delicious little babies. I just thought I'd mention it, whether it's real or whether it's not, I do not know. Nobody knows these days, do they? Anyway, the final one, my delicious little babies, is, and I remember this story. I remember this story big time. This uploader happens to have 50.3 thousand subscribers, my delicious little babies, okay? And the uploader is called Fascinating Capital F and Capital H History. Fascinating space capital H History, my delicious little babies. It's just really amazing that the first one was 7 days old and this one is 6 hours. Very interesting. When I actually was walking around with my beautiful, delicious little Ruby Tuesday this morning, my delicious little babies, I happened to see a pink and white mattress that happened to be sort of propped up by my beautiful little bush baby who's now passed away, which a Muslim family seemed to have moved into, my delicious little babies, okay, which I did criticise them for, you know what I mean? For cutting down something that was natural and beautiful, and they decided to cut it down. I'm not saying that about every Muslim, neither would I say that about every white, black, Asian, Chinese, whatever. Do you understand what I mean, my delicious babies? Anyway, it just seemed rather odd. So during this video that I was looking at, which I'm now going to tell you about, they happened to show a pink and white room. Okay, my delicious little babies, can you see how there we are, YouTube's working it now? Now, with my beautiful little healing room, I had to change my curtains. Anyway, the fact of the matter is, I can well assure you now that it is not a cold garbage on the inside. You know what? If ones want me to get raw now, there we are. My shoulders go up, then I'm going to start getting really raw. And when I really start getting raw, there we are. Then ones are going to really start to flipping get it now. Do you understand what I mean? I had to stop myself from swearing then. Okay, my delicious little babies. So what is it? They want to draw me out. I could say something about today, but I'm not going to be done saying it, because if I do that, then I'm feeding the monster, I'm feeding the enemy. So I'm not going to do it. You see, that's what they want me to do. There we are. My shoulders go up. I'm not going to do it. You see, I do everything. There we are, all in good time. You see what I mean? So when the ones feel that whatever they're doing, shall we say, okay, my delicious babies, let me tell you, in no uncertain terms, look at how tall that tree is. Ah. Let the music play. I just wanna dance the night away. Where I wanna stay all night long. Ooh. Let the music play on. Oh, yes. Don't play me now for a damn fool, isn't it? I'm not talking to you, my delicious little babies, okay? I can see how the flex are going. There we are, shoulders go up, okay? So let me just tell you about what this video should read. Faking your own death. We do not like that word, my delicious little babies, because we keep hearing it continuously these days. But doing it really badly, yeah? My delicious little babies. Fascinating failures. What does that remind you of, my delicious little babies? Could we say the Charlie Cork? Charlie. I'll keep it like that, Charlie Cork. Charlie Cork. Yeah. But at the same time, we got a bit of English, we got a bit of Irish, we got a bit of Indian, we got a bit of Spanish, we got a bit of Romanian, we got a bit of Polish, we got a bit of African, we got a bit of Muslim. You know, we've got everybody in the mix, isn't it? But like I said, Charlie Cork. Club Tropicana drinks are free, all as sunshine. There's enough for everyone. Ah. I remember this story in My Delicious Little Babies. I remember it well, yeah. And his missus, you know, it's only says it on the video. Of course, we all know it's bullshit, you know what I mean? It probably took a lot earlier than that. But the fact of the matter is that, you know, it took many times for her to marry him. Well, take a look at the birth of them. I mean, when you look at them, the birth flipping old balls, aren't they, my delicious little babies? There we are, shoulders go up from what I can see, you know what I mean? Anyway, but for the first story, well, we'll call them birth stories, shall we, my delicious little babies? Because we could say it's real life, but really, is it real life? Anyway, the fact of the matter is, I'm going to leave it like that. You know, I may be sitting here, but somebody else is sitting there. There we are, who's invisible. Okay, my delicious little babies. So until my next video, you just look after now. How I love you so. It's magic, you know. Love ya. Bye-bye.